started to take this job in Texas, work in Houston. And like right before I was supposed to give them my answer, my mother and my sister, we had a dinner. My mother and sister cried, man. I'm like, they cried. They cried. They say Jesus wept. They cried. They cried. And I'm like, I guess.
Yeah, I guess
couldn't do it.
Hey, like when mama crying, that's a whole football game. Mama crying.
I'm like, then my father started crying. I'm like, oh man, that ain't fair.
That ain't fair.
That ain't fair. That ain't fair. But I'm sort of glad. I'm glad I didn't, because it gave me an opportunity to grow in St. Louis. I think I would have been swallowed up by Houston.
Okay.
But everybody was going to Houston at that time. You know, everybody wanted to go to Texas, and I am so glad I'm not in Texas. But this state of misery right here, I don't know.
Yeah, you right. Texas is a like I said, I wanted to go after college. I wanted to go to Memphis because I saw it all starting to blow. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to Memphis. I have some cousins there. I'm going to go to Memphis. And that's when my grandfather got sick and this, and he passed away. My uncle passed away. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go to, I graduated like it. Came home, grandma talking about, I'm gonna be all right. I'm like, I can't do it. Then all of a sudden got the job at the TV station. I'm like, all right. That was after a year there, some people got released and they didn't give us no raises. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna pop this piece. Soon as I got ready to leave, bro, I'm like, I'm gone. Go by tell this young lady, hey, I'll talk to you later. I'm finna move. She says, oh, I have a little something for you. I said, yeah, 19 years. I guess I'm stuck in St. Louis. My baby girl showed up, and 24 years later, I'm still here, Roy.
I hear you, brother.
But like I said, and like I said, I think though it was I said God's sense of humor, cause ain't no telling what I was gonna do cause I can go to Memphis or either go to Atlanta. So ain't no telling. He's like, nope, you stay right here in St. Louis. So well, you can do some better stuff.
You would have been on ATL. You've been ATL. You've been in trouble. I know now. Memphis, Atlanta.
See,
but you know, some people have come back. Atlanta burned them out.
Yeah.
You know, Atlanta burned them out, but some people, you know, like my son, he was in Atlanta for like 2 years, and then he got a gig up in New York, and he split. But he had it made in Atlanta, but it wasn't what he wanted to do. He felt that it was going to stymie it.
Right.
And then he got up in New York, and New York does something to you. It does something to you.
Now, based on what you just said, as far as what did you get your degree in?
Business administration.
Okay, so with getting that degree, how'd you end up in marketing?
It's so crazy. Like I told you, I went to St. Louis U.
Right.
Then I went. My parents ran out of money because I went on scholarship. I was getting ready to get a scholarship, but I hurt my leg.
Oh, okay.
So I am. I go. My mother said, "You got to get you a job. You got to get you a job." I said, "Okay, I get a job." So she said she took me down to the unemployment office. They had an opening at WIL Radio. So I go to WIL, and they hired me. And like I said, I was a gopher. I did traffic. Back then, they didn't even have Xerox machines. Copier machines.
Mm-hmm.
They would type the log on a stencil, and they had this big machine called the oscillate. And what it would do is it would you put this litmus paper on this stencil on this litmus paper, and you put it through this thing with this bright light, and it would burn the image onto the paper.
Okay.
And to make it turn a color, it would the litmus paper when it hit ammonia, it'll turn to a blue page, like printed, like it was printed and everything.
Wow.
So I'm like, I can do that, so I'm doing that. Then they said, well, we got to do this traffic board. You got to list all these commercials. So now everybody, they put the commercials with their computers and stuff.
Right.
I had to write commercials on this big board. And at first, and then it was a brother there before me.
Uh-huh.
And they mistreated him.
Okay.
They mistreated him. Well, Ernest would do this, and Ernest would do that, and Ernest would do this. And they kept on saying that, why can't you? I'm like, look at here. I ain't Ernest. Because I came in there, man, I had braids, man, in my head. I wore dashikis, and I had sandals. I'm like, I'm bell bottom, blue jeans.
And again, you 6 foot what?
I'm 6'4".
Yeah.
So Ernest was a little dude. I'm like, no, I ain't the one. I was like 230. I'm like, I ain't that one. But they made me, they got to keep a Xerox machine. So they made me the key operator of the Xerox machine. Key operator.
Key operator.
Yeah, only thing I do is put some paper in there. So I had to show them how to do that. And they kept on elevating me. So I'm going to school. I went to school originally to be a doctor.
Okay.
But then I realized I couldn't stand the sight of blood. Like I see somebody, I pass out.
Oh, only you, Roy. Only you.
I pass out. I'm like, oh Jesus, I can't do this. I can't do this. So I started. So I started working, and I was going to Forest Park, which could have been a mistake. I met a whole different group of people. Because when you go to St. Louis Shoe, you meet all uppity people, uppity, bougie. I went to Forest Park. I saw the remnants of what happens when you go to public school and you can't go to college. I see all the rest of them. I met all the rest of them. And they're all good people and everything, but like for lunch, there it is.
You good,
so
you
for lunch, they would go and they get high. They go over to Forest Park. We're up at Forest Park. They go across the Forest Park and get high all the rest of the day. I think I'm on the class. Wow. And they got so crazy, they started smoking weed. You have those little study rooms and everything.
Uh-huh.
They would get so crazy, they would get high in the study room, playing music because you're isolated from the rest of the school.
Okay.
I'm like, what are we doing? But I made a lot of different kind of friends, man. They were different. So it gave me that sort of rounded out my personality. And so I did that. But, doing that, and when I was at work, they asked me, you ever tried accounting? I'm like, no. I said, I'm good with numbers. So they started me working in accounting. I'm doing stuff in accounting. I'm getting big ledgers, and I never knew how to add, every machine people be doing this and everything. I could do it faster with one finger than they could with their whole hand. So and I got a Rain Man quality. I got this bad thing. If I write a number down, I memorize it.
Okay.
So I can memorize, and then people they started trying to calculate stuff and writing it down. Yeah. I said, that's $942 and some cents. Like, how you do that? I said, I don't know. I see it. So I became a controller. Then they moved me to a controller for Lynn Broadcasting.
Okay.
But we still had our offices in WIL's place. So I was in doing that, and then I was a business manager. I was teaching other business managers how to be business managers.
Okay.
And then Lynn sold out, so I went to KXOK, and which was another life-changing thing for me, because I went there as an accountant. I found out that the company was broke.
Wow.
It could barely make their payroll and stuff. And the guy that I was working for, he was a thief. He was stealing money. He had a finance company stealing money from these other guys who were like them a kind of break your leg guy.
I knew the wrong guy.
Yeah. And I'm like, I don't really know this guy. I'm not really with him. I'll be with you guys. So if I worked there for a while, and then at one point, when they dissolved and was selling them off, I was working for 3 companies at the same time and only had to go to work for an hour a day.
All right, George Clinton.
Yeah, I know. And it was a trip. I get dressed up, I drive downtown in my Volkswagen. I always got little cars in Volkswagen. Parking near the project, so I wouldn't have to pay for parking.
Right, pay for parking.
And I walk over, nice little walk. I go in there and somebody called and say, well, we haven't paid this and everything like that. I said, sir, we're closed. I'll transfer you to somebody else. I worked for the radio station, for the Riverboat Company that used to own the radio station, and I worked for John Connolly, who owned all of this.
Wow.
And so I did that. I did that for a while, and then I got a chance to work at KZK, okay. and it was KZK and WCEO, and now it's KFNS.
Okay.
But I was working there, and we were doing that. Then we got sold to Easy Communications, and then I worked for Karen Carroll and a whole lot of other folks. And then they got bought by CBS. Then they made me a corporate controller. So I would talk to people in New York all the time, and I traveled around the country. I'll be in San Diego. Every time I go to San Diego, they had an earthquake.
Oh, was it you?
My sister-in-law told me not to come back. So every time it would be an earthquake. That's straight up. So I did that. I did after I left there, then I got with iHeart, okay. And I was a controller for iHeart. And I was a regional controller. I had like 7 radio stations I dealt with. But then the people there, when they were a Clear Channel, okay. They were crooks too. Not the owners, but the people I worked with.
Okay. People you work with.
I mean, all of them, the DJs, everybody, they were doing plug all the play all the whatever older they had. They were skimming money off the top, and I'm like, where am I at? What did I just do? I left CBS for this madhouse just for a couple of dollars. So I did that. Then I went to, then I switched over to iHeart, and I got into sales. This guy said, you could be a salesman, boy. I'm like, I got sort of bored with the controller.
Okay.
And I guess I went to male menopause, and I said, yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do sales. Because it gave me an opportunity. I love people.
Right.
So it gave me an opportunity to get to know people and stuff. And that's how I met all these preachers. I didn't know all these preachers, man. And I got to meet a ton of preachers and really got to, see the politics of religion. And it enthralls me. I mean, it's what they do, how they get their parishioners, not parishioners, but their members to do what they ask them to do, and I see the money that they get. And I think I'm like, I could have did that. The only thing I had to do was read the Bible. I memorized the Bible. I'm the man.
I ain't messing with you, Roy.
But I couldn't sing.
Okay. Well, since you don't run right away, do you remember when we first met?
Yeah. Weren't we at one of the events for Shalom?
No, that was the second time we met.
Oh, okay.
The first time we met, I came up to the station to drop off the CD for the radio broadcast. Right. I think you had just came off of surgery.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's how we met, and I'm trying to think that I might have had on a Phi Beta Summit. You came around the corner, you looked at me, oh, what you know about that? I said, oh, what you know about that?
You're right. You're right. And what did I come off of neck surgery or was it my hip?
I think it was neck. Surgery.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was neck surgery because you were using the
walker.
The walker, yeah.
Yeah, that was neck. That was neck. Yeah. No, I didn't know you was my frat brother, man. All the time we talked a couple of times. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm like, because I remember, what was it, Glenetta used to have the account. And she said, Cecil, I'll never get Cecil. And then when I got it, I'm like, damn, I got to deal with Cecil. And then when because I would talk to Lori, I used to talk to Lori all the time, and she would tell me all the things that she had gone through. And then I got to meet your mother. Yeah. Now, that event blew me away. That pastor's, what was that?
That was the 25th anniversary.
Oh, okay. Jesus, man. All the people in there, and I know how much them tickets cost. So, and they had no air conditioning. Where the air conditioning went out? Either that or just so many black folks, it just got hot in there.
I ain't mess with you, Roy. You ain't gonna blame us for that.
I'm like, oh my God, it's hot in here. So they had air conditioning. That was a nice event.
Yes, sir.
And I've enjoyed every time I went out to Shalom for events and I remember the concert.
Yeah,
that concert was off the chain, man.
Yeah, you can't get that Christmas concert. Yep. But man, now getting onto this illustrious frat that we're a part of. When did you pledge?
72, man.
Oh yeah, see that's what I'm trying to say. See, yeah, 72. Hell, I was only 4 years old.
Just rub it in, why don't you? We started in 71 and I went over in 72.
Okay.
But I mean January too. But look at here. What they did to us, we tried to do to the guys behind us, they wasn't having that. We took a few over, but what do you call it? What's the new frat or sorority?
The iotas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We helped start them because all the guys that dropped off that line, they became our own.
Hey, and I'm gonna have to find. I got a couple of partners who are iotas, but I'm gonna get in trouble for this. But hey, it's a blue and white day. Yeah. I just have an issue with saying that I could hang and go to a party with one of the founding fathers. That don't seem normal.
I mean, all that stuff happened in 1914 and all that.
Yeah. I mean,
you guys are like what, 70 something, 80?
80, yeah. I think it was 82.
Yeah, 80 something. But if they couldn't hang. When you're in a fraternity, if you get through all that crap, that hazing, it will make you stronger. It'll make you stronger. But a lot of guys, they walk in and I did this and I did that. I said, man, if I played you right now, you couldn't hang.
and like you said again, and then if the fact of Roy, the whole pledging all across the board, my big thing is, why would you ever invite somebody into your fraternity or sorority if you don't like them?
Yeah.
That right there is like, why are you doing this? Because if you don't like them and you give them all the hell you plan on giving them and they make it through, you still with them.
Right. And now you gotta swallow whatever you gotta swallow and say, okay, I'm embracing you. We're one. We're one happy family. You know, so yeah, I really, you know, like I said, I love my fraternity, Frat, but you know, what chapter did you come out of?
Epsilon Lambda, Warrensburg Wrecking Crew,
Oh, the Wrecking
Central Missouri State.
Wrecking Crew. Yeah, yeah.
They went to
Yeah.
you doing that one?
Yeah. I think we took a chapter over there. The Wrecking Crew, yeah. Yeah.
Hey, look, Gerald Christmas.
Yeah. That was them. Yeah. Yeah. The Wrecking Crew.
Yes,
It
sir.
was
Yes, sir.
Who was Beta Cat?
That's LU.
Lincoln.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beat 'em, break 'em, Beta Cat. Yeah.
All right, look at. All right, now we're still talking here, so we don't want to put too much stuff out.
I got you.
But now in your in doing radio for the years you've been doing it, as far as the radio industry itself, what causes the real reason behind stations changing or dropping off? Like you said, 104.9 Magic is not gone, and we got Patriot. What?
It's all about money.
Okay.
It's all about money. Magic wasn't generating that kind of money that they wanted, but they didn't give it a chance.
Gotcha.
Then we got new management and white folks who had never had to deal with urban stations, black stations, or whatever. They don't know how to deal with it. They don't know how to approach it. So they deal with something that they're accustomed to.
Right.
So they went to this Patriot, which, like I said, is right. I listened for 5 minutes and I'm like, it makes me hostile. So I leave it alone. But I gotta sell it. I got 2 sales on it already.
Okay.
You know, I didn't say, hey, Mr. Charlie. I didn't do all that. But I sold it because there's an audience. There's a real audience out there for it.
Oh yeah, that's an audience for.
In St. Louis, man, the black community, you only gonna support so many radio stations.
You're right.
There were 4 black radio stations, and 2 of them shared the same format.
Yeah.
So you got to get your niche, but yeah, I never thought we could carry 4 black radio stations. Because this media community only gonna give you the urban stations so much money.
Yeah.
You're only gonna allot so much money because they don't think black folks got the buying power.
Right.
And we hurt ourselves because we ain't got nothing in our neighborhood. You know, we always going out to Walmart in Chesterfield, you know. But on the other hand, I don't go to the Walmart on West Florida. Nah, I can't do it. I can't do it. That's a show. I don't want to go to the show. That is a show. I used to go up there and just sit on that bench. Just to watch these black folks act crazy. I just used to do that. You know, I used to go Walmart watching. You know, or I went to the one. I was out of one Chesterfield, and these black folks started fighting over something. And I'm like, damn, I can't get away. I can't get away. But it's crazy. But we do more damage to ourselves if we don't have any grocery stores in our community. You know, we live in urban deserts.
Yeah.
The only people that got some are Arabs, you know, a bunch of Arabs. And I'm like, how come we don't have nothing? But they won't give us no loan.
That's another piece of the puzzle. Yeah, we got
So,
good ideas, but it's the fact of getting the backing and the follow through.
Well, That's what happened in the Black community too. You have like and I forget the name of this book, but what it did was it showed how banks redlined the bill. They redlined the greater bill and the bill because they weren't giving these people no loans. They weren't giving no loans to fix up their house.
Wow.
See, because they would default on them. And you know, some people would default, but a lot of people I knew were hardworking Black folks.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And now you can't find a restaurant in the Black community in the city unless you go on the South Side.
Right. No, not a restaurant. No.
Yeah, no. You know, on the North Side, they got Hu Lings and Ling Hu, you know, so you got carryouts.
Yeah.
You got Subway and McDonald's, but you don't have a Black person restaurant.
Restaurant, nope. Because we got Goody is gone. So
yeah, we used to have Tate Sisters, Daddies.
Yeah.
You had all these restaurants, but you ain't got none of them now. They all gone. It went out of business. And that goody thing, man, that was when that one guy took over, the food wasn't the same.
Right. And when the fire happened.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I knew that was eventual. You know, I knew that was gonna happen.
Like, man, yeah, we're gonna open back up. We're gonna open back. Vanished.
Yeah. Got a nice parking lot. Nice parking lot, but no, man, when businesses, when radio, when they don't make no money, or they can't make enough money to, you know, be pivotal, you know, like they look at, you know, you got to make at least $3 million.
Okay.
And Magic wasn't even making $500,000.
Oh man.
But they didn't give it a chance.
Right.
You've only been on a year.
Right.
A solid year on that stick.
On that frequency, yeah.
Yeah. On the other one, you couldn't hear when you got to Delmar. You couldn't hear.
Yeah, you're right.
That's what. Now they gave me that Black Information Network. That's on that translator too. And I said, hey man, y'all got to figure out if I'm going to be sort of managing this. You got to boost the signal. You got to find a way to boost the signal. Because once I get on Delmar, I can't even hear my station no more. What kind of? And that's in the Black community. It's the Black Information Network, and they can't get no information if they can't hear it.
Right.
They say, well, tell them to stream it. I said, if I'm in my car, I'm not going to pick up my phone and listen to it.
Right.
You know, so, and the same thing with Magic. I'm not going to listen to Magic on my phone. Now I could come in my house and tell Alexa.
Right.
I better not say that to Alexa for they do that at work. You know, when I get ready to go on a call, I might have some music on. I tell Alexa to pause. So when we're on the committee call, they say, Alexa, and they start screaming Alexa, and they start giving Alexa commands. I'm like, man, stop that. Don't do that. Don't confuse my robot.
Right. So as far as over the years, music has changed. What do you think? What do you think the biggest change has been in music over the years?
Well, you know, I never thought rap music would evolve the way it has evolved. R&B or soul, they just don't make it that way no more. You know, even in some soul or R&B records, they got a rap portion in them. Country music sound like rock. And rock, you can't listen to because it's headbanging. Smooth jazz is not really jazz, that's just acoustic or electronic jazz.
Right.
Jazz is almost a dead art form, real jazz, progressive. But then hip hop and rap, depending on who's singing it. And hip hop is, I can deal with hip hop, but when it's rap,
See,
it's really expressing, it's poetry, but some of the stuff they saying is just outright, it's crazy.
see, I'm glad.
It's strip club music. It's strip
Right.
club.
And I'm glad you said the difference of hip hop and rap, because it's two different pieces. It ain't the same. It ain't even the same thought process.
Yeah, but they put it together because the black folks sing.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why they do it that way. But they're not listening. Hip hop is not rap.
Right.
But that's
They put it all together.
Yeah, because I wouldn't put, when they do that slogan, hip hop and R&B. That's more close. They can't say rap and R&B. That don't work. That ain't gonna work.
Right.
So I listen to 104 Hot, and then I listen to the beat, and I can tell the difference in the music. But FUN and Magic was sort of close.
Okay.
FUN would play more oldies.
Okay.
Magic would play more up-to-date ballads and stuff. They wouldn't go so far back.
Right.
I prefer going back. I want to hear some old school too, where they didn't do that. But and of course gospel.
Right.
But gospel has evolved.
Yeah, it had different categories of gospel. Yeah.
Yeah, it has evolved. And then you got spiritual, and you got gospel. The spiritual is more the white folks. And gospel, down home roots, and then you got regular missionary Baptist gospel. That's different. That's when they were in the Blues Brothers with James Brown was in it. The joint is jumping, but but no, music has continued to evolve. It's going to continue to evolve. As long as they don't play none of that Indian music, that East Indian music with the little things and stuff like that, I'm cool.
See, there you go. See, and what was your chapter again? You played?
I was in Gamma Eta. That was good. Those were good times, man. Those were good times. I couldn't give those back. Those days were good times. I met some different guys, and then we got to travel around the country and party with the Frat. It's different in the Zetas too. We have ready-made, so it was fun. It was a good mix. But my experiences in radio and the broadcast industry really helped me. I just want to make it the 50 years, and then I'm gonna retire. I'm good. I'm good at it.
You're gonna let it all go and go where you at now on a sandy beach and just relax.
Dude, I couldn't. I may live near some water, but it might be a condo next to the Mississippi. I wish I could. People live longer than live near the water.
Oh, okay. Like, wait a minute. Now, hold on. I don't know if you can't swim.
That's another detriment to black folks. They don't swim. I can't believe all the black people I've met who cannot swim.
Wow. See, yeah, I can swim. I just get in the water. I'm like you. I had to learn how to swim because I wanted to be around other people who could swim. So now I got to do something.
I was a lifeguard up at Wold Center.
Okay.
So they made us learn how to swim. That's one thing about Catholic school. That we had to go up. We got to 6th, 7th, 8th grade. They made us walk from Taylor all the way up to Kings Highway and swim. We had to swim. And then on Friday, Catholics can't eat meat.
Right.
So, and we right near the White Castle. So, going there, I couldn't afford no fish sandwich. White Castle was cheap, so I couldn't afford no fish sandwich. So we be hungry. We smell it. We smell all the White Castle stuff. Yeah. Like, we can't eat it, man. We can't eat it. It's a sin. So,
man, well, boy, like I want to thank you so much, Roy, for coming on and talking to your brother for a little while, man.
Thank you for having me, man. I really appreciate it.
Good to see you and talk to you.
Yeah, definitely.
And, man, like I say, I want to thank you because you have been a helper to me when I was going before I had to make a transition for a minute. You helped me a couple of times breathe and gain my composure. And I want to say thank you for that, Frat.
All right. Always, my brother. Always.
And, I say, man, love you much, man. Enjoy your day, the rest of this week, and be safe this holiday weekend. And we'll talk soon.
All right.
All right. In the words of Go Mob.
You know.
All right, Frat.
All right, brother. Take care now.
You too.